Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. All right, let's check in with Ashley Johnson, who's got the story about NJ Transit sidelining 44 engineers because they've been diagnosed with sleep apnea. As if NJ Transit can afford to have 44 engineers on the sidelines. Is this too much, and are they just looking for somebody to blame for their troubles? Ashley, what do you got for us?
It was a little over a year ago when an NJ Transit train derailed at the Hoboken station, killing a mother who had just dropped off her infant at daycare. NJ Transit says the train engineer suffered from the potentially life-threatening sleep disorder, sleep apnea. Soon afterward, NJ Transit said through a screening process, 44 other train engineers were diagnosed with sleep apnea or another sleep disorder. Sleep apnea was also diagnosed in engineers in the Long Island Railroad crash at the Atlantic Terminal in Brooklyn in January, as well as the 2013 derailment of a Metro North train in the Bronx that killed 4 people. A spokesman for the NTSB, which oversees all transportation agencies, says that every agency is encouraged to screen for sleep apnea.
Sleep apnea can be a real problem. It can cause increased risk of heart attacks, strokes, blood pressure, diabetes, and other chronic illnesses. It's more commonly seen with people who are overweight. In fact, 4 times higher risk in people who are overweight. There's a 3 times higher risk in people who smoke, and a 2 times higher risk if you're a male.
NJ Transit spokeswoman Nancy Snyder says immediately after the Hoboken derailment, the agency added preventative measures to its screening process for sleep disorders, which has been in place since 2005, part of an annual required physical.
The treatment for it is generally these CPAP machines and other apparatus that are very cumbersome.
Statistics show 40 million Americans suffer from sleep apnea. NJ Transit says even when a train engineer is diagnosed with a sleep disorder and is treated, that they must continue to be screened annually through their medical department. I'm Ashley Johnson, reporting for Chasing News.
Thanks, Ashley. All right, let's bring back our A-plus panel. Dr. Liz Henry is here, Frank Luna, and Bill Caruso. Good to have you guys. Thanks for sticking with us through the break. Dr. Liz, let me start with you. We heard Doc Simone describing sleep apnea as a condition that is, people are far more at risk if they're overweight, if they smoke. It leads to long-term illnesses, potential heart attacks, etc. But everything I've heard from the medical point of view is that you're just tired. Any family with a 2-year-old or even a dog during a thunderstorm could be tired the next day.
Well, it's a little more than just being tired because it's a cumulative effect. When you constantly wake yourself up because you stop breathing for a couple seconds, you don't get that deep REM sleep. So in the morning, you are constantly tired every day because you're not sleeping well every day unless it's a drug.
So should it be classified as a disability and we should remove driver's licenses and everything else for people with sleep apnea?
No, I don't think so. If you
I'm
get
being
the proper
obviously a little
treatment,
facetious,
right,
but it seems to me, Bill, I don't know what you think, that they are blaming the conductors for the incompetence, deadly incompetence of New Jersey Transit.
Well, let me say this to you. Take one school of thought. You can't leave any stone unturned. So you look at all of these items. But to come back and say, well, this is it, this is the only cause, I think is a little troubling. I don't know enough about the science to look at this and say yes or no, but to just blame this on this one factor and say, well, this is the answer, I think you may be missing. And by the way, if it's not sleep apnea, if it is just sleep deprivation, then maybe we should be looking, if sleep deprivation is a cause and an issue, we don't want to just limit it to sleep apnea. It's like you said, if you're staying up too late.
80% of society, I'm just throwing out a number, is going to have a problem and need to call out. Frank, I think this is absolutely outrageous. I think New Jersey Transit is attacking these conductors. They're creating this false boogeyman out there to go after. And you know who is caught in the middle? The commuters. Can we really afford to lose 44 conductors?
I don't think so, but I'll be honest with you, I want my conductors to be thoroughbreds. I want them to be in good shape. I want them to sleep 8 hours a night. I don't want them drinking, smoking, partying. I just want them to go to work and do their job because, again, that's an important accountability thing. And if you're not healthy and you're at risk for being overly drowsy and tired, that's a concern that I would have getting on a train.
Okay. I think NJ Transit is just looking for an excuse. Possibly. Hunting away from their real responsibility, but we'll see. Okay, great.